Okay, so we're going to have a go at setting up some advanced queries now. Now they're not really that advanced as in terms of they follow the same structure that we've used for setting up the simple queries. The only addition is this time that the data that we're getting doesn't just come from one table, it can come from both tables, and that's because we now have a relationship between the two. An example might be this first one here, this first query which you can have a go at, is where you're going to search by owner name and you're going to return all the pet details that that particular owner owns. And to do that, you obviously need to be able to pull data out of two different tables there and use that relationship link for that to work. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to part set this up, and I'm going to show you how to get this to work with just with forename. So you're going to need to be able to edit this query so that it's forename and surname, because obviously an owner might have two owners might have the same first name, so we need to be a bit more specific than that. So to do it then, this is how it works. So in this particular query, we're going to search by, we're going to type in a forename, so Alex, and then bring back all the pet details that Alex owns in the database. So let's just show you how that works. It's very similar to what we've done already, to be honest. Okay, so let's come out of PowerPoint and Screen View and just go into the database setup. Let's cross everything down, so I'm starting from scratch again. Well, I'm making a query, so that process is still the same. So query design. This time, I'm not just going to use one table, I'm going to show both tables. I'm just going to add those both tables on there. Okay, and let's just extend that down so we can see all the details that we're working with. Okay, now the best way to start these off is to think about, well, what fields am I searching by? Well, I said I wanted to search by forename, so I'm just going to add on the forename of the owner because that's the one that I'm going to be setting some criteria for later. And I then said I wanted to bring back all the details of the pets that particular owner owns. So I'm going to add on all of these details, so pedigree, name, species, breed, gender, date of birth, main colour, distinguishing marks, allergies, blood type, picture, and I'll leave owner ID because I don't need to see that. Okay, so I've got all the details of the pets that I wanted to bring back, and I know that I'm searching by forename. So the setup of this is exactly the same. I'm going to use my square bracket. Please enter forename. Press return there. And let's have a go at running this query. Okay, well, we know that I exist in this database, so let's use my name as the forename, Alex. And I think from the previous video we saw that I own two pets, so what I'd hope to see when I click this button are the details of those two pets in the results of that query. So if I press OK on that, then you can see it's brought back the details of my two pets that I own in that database, and that's worked because of that relationship there, because it can see that owner ID 18, which is, where is it, owner ID 18 is linked to those two dogs, so Tom, owner ID 18, and owner ID 18 there. It can pull that data out. Access can see that link and that relationship. So I just need to save that. So find pet details by owner, save that query. Okay, the other thing that I can do here as well, just to get in the habit of doing this, is present that as a NITA report. So if I just go back into my report section and let's go run through the report wizard, just press open. Yeah, it's picked up that query I want to display. Let's just put on the pets and pet name, species we'll put on, and I'll just add the image into this particular report at the bottom. So I've pulled back more data than I actually need for this report, but that doesn't matter. Press next. How do I want to view the data? Well, I think that makes sense. So if I have the forename there and then the details of the pets listed underneath, that looks good, so I'm not going to change that. Don't want to add any grouping, so I'm just going to run through this wizard. Not too bothered about how the data is organised. Just change the report here to a sensible name, report, pet details, my owner name, be a good one. And then let's preview the report and just have a look at what that's looking like. So let's just run that again. So press Alex. Okay, and you can see we've got quite a nice presentable piece of information that's been returned back to me there. Okay, don't worry if you've not used the pictures yet, you won't see anything there, but these details around the pets would be important. So that's quite a nice presentable piece of information. Just going to put these queries back up for you to have a look at. Okay, so these are the 5 queries that I want you to do. Just bearing in mind what details you need to return each time. So if you pause the video, you should be able to work your way through these, and remember that the query I've just done needs updating because you want to search by forename and surname. So see if you can amend my query so that it allows you to enter both of those to find the specific details.